Once again, I didn't say anything about Kevin Love, but one thing about Kevin Love is he's been successful with the Cleveland Cavaliers. They won a championship with Kevin Love. Kevin Love is not a ball stopper. He's not. I think Kevin Love as an option on this team is a better option than Carmelo Anthony as the team once again is constituted. That's my opinion. Sorry I stepped on your toes and your New York Knicks suck. I'm sorry, sir. Let's keep the record straight. I didn't mention one word about Kevin Love, sir. From Clay Clifford Davis, the Browns better trade that number 1 pick for multiple picks. I actually like that idea better. And there's no disrespect to Deshaun Watson. It's just bad timing. Based on what the Cavs or the Cleveland Browns have done over the years, and I just talked about it, I just noted it, and picking these quarterbacks that hadn't resulted in anything, they're not good at picking quarterbacks. And they need a lot of pieces. You know, one quarterback, unless you know that the guy's going to be a bona fide Hall of Famer, and there's not many quarterbacks that are like that. Even Andrew Luck, even Peyton Manning, when they came out, there's still some question about what they would do at the next level. We've seen the can't-miss quarterback come out of college and miss. So, yeah, if I'm the Browns, I think the thing that I would do if I were the Browns that Deshaun Watson wouldn't like to hear. If I'm the Browns, I think I tried to trade the number 1 pick, and I try to get as many picks as I can to build up this team in a lot of different areas. I think I agree with that, truth be told. From Sidney Jackson to Greek Clay, they need a lot. From Big L, Preach K3G. From Coach Noy Bramble, Ball Stopper, Black Hole, I see a message from Ghost of Eddie Long coming soon. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I haven't seen the great Ghost of Eddie Long today in the chat room. He was kind of fun yesterday, man, to be honest with you. From K We Fly High 3000, he says, I take Melo over Love every time. F.U. Love, he is the weak link on the Cavs. Real talk. Well, I've never said Kevin Love was the greatest player of all time. I did like the move when they made the move for Kevin Love for the young kid in Minnesota. I did like the move. Originally, early, it didn't look like it was going to work out. He started playing good in the last year. They won a championship. And I think the Cavaliers players will tell you that he was a huge part of that. Never said Kevin Love is going to be a Hall of Famer or anything like that. I'm talking about the style of play. The style of play has shown it works for Cleveland because, once again, they won a ring last year with Kevin Love. And the style of play of Carmelo Anthony, what he does historically and has done in the NBA, I might be wrong. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. From Al Thompson, K3K, respectfully disagree, sir. Kessler outplayed RG3 this year with the same talent around him. From Gregor Browns, are thinking of using that pick for Garoppolo. Do it. Laugh out loud. That's funny. I don't believe in no Jimmy Garoppolo based on what he did in New England for 2 games. So, whatever. I mean, Garoppolo might get traded to some team and end up being the best quarterback of all time. But based on what he did from those 2 games, no. You'd be making a mistake like Brad Johnson. You remember Brad Johnson? He had that 1 game for whatever team he played for. And Buffalo made this big deal for him, thinking that he was going to be this Hall of Fame quarterback. Not. Same thing for Scott Mitchell. Scott Mitchell had 1 big game for the Miami Dolphins, and the Detroit Lions thought he was going to be the next, Joe Montana. Not. Maybe they do make a deal for a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo or whatever in Cleveland, but it better not come at a big cost. It just better not be a big, big cost. From Tiffany Sports and Heels, I think people want Carmelo to go to Cleveland to sabotage them. Laugh out loud. Y'all know Carmelo was finished. To a large part, I agree. Like, actually, let me step back. Let me make sure that I say this. I want all dysfunctional things to happen to the New York Knicks. So actually, even though I've railed against it and said today on the show, when you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, that I think it would be very dumb for Carmelo to go to the Cleveland Cavaliers, then I think it would be a bad move. He would be a bad piece for that team. Even though I've said that, repeated that all day long, I actually love the idea of Carmelo Anthony going to the Cleveland Cavaliers because you know why? I think it would be that much more of a train wreck and more conversation that we can have on this show. So I'm fine with it actually at the end of the day. Yes, go ahead and make a deal for Carmelo Anthony. Please. That's perfect. Now, I like that idea, Tiffany. You might be on to something. I mean, it's cool right now that he's part of the train wreck as the New York Knicks, but him being a train wreck in Cleveland, would be interesting as well. I mean, it's not better than him being the train wreck in New York, but him being a train wreck in Cleveland would be great, great talking points for this show. And that's all that I really care about is great talking points for this show. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. From Juan Cruz. Wow, I pay monthly to hear a man who loved to see my Knicks suffer only in America. You're right, man. You're right, Juan. You're a great American. You're a great American. We may not agree, but we are civil. At least unlike Donald Trump, we are civil here on the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah, we can be civil. From Nino the Wino, Melo is finished. Did you guys watch the Summer Olympics? Melo balled out. Well, somebody else said Melo's finished. I'm not going to go that far. Melo can still play. He's not as good as a player as he was 5 years ago. Not only that, the style of play, once again, that's all I'm saying. The style of play and the way that Carmelo plays the game, based on history, I don't think would be a good fit with the Cleveland Cavaliers. From K We Fly High 3000, he says Melo is a better fit, but LeBron don't want Melo there. If LeBron wants to Melo, he would have been there soon as the ish was offered. From KC, Rob Johnson was Brad Johnson's backup on the Buccaneers Super Bowl team. Okay, I couldn't remember where he was at, but I remember they made a deal for him. Same scenario. He had like one or two good games when whatever starting quarterback was out. You're saying Brad Johnson. And that was it. The rest was history. The Buffalo Bills gave this man like this multi-million-dollar contract, and he absolutely, and I'm holding two thumbs down to the ground, he absolutely sucked. He sucks. The great Brad Johnson. Yeah. Go ahead, Cleveland. Make a move for Jimmy Garoppolo and see what happens to your ass. From Grego, now Juan Cruz, you are not alone, my brother. I pay a subscription and actually get friends to listen into the show. That bashes my patrons and call Tom Brady out his name. That's right, man. We're civil, though. This is what separates us from the animals. Right. The fact that you can pay to be a premium member, $4 a month, and I bash your teams and you continue to listen day in and day out, is the difference between us and the animals. That's what separates us. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what separates us. Right. Oh, boy. From Uncle Donnie, once again, for the record, this is not my real Uncle Donnie. I got to give that disclaimer every day. This is actually my Uncle Donnie in this profile photo, but clearly my Uncle Donnie is at work right now in the shipyard in Charleston, South Carolina. He has no awareness of what an interweb is. Uncle Donnie says, can't believe the Raiders are moving to Las Vegas. Bruh, can we stick to the conversation? Where the hell did that come from? Which even further proves that my Uncle Donnie is not in the chat room, because my Uncle Donnie knows how to stay the script. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Gordon Hayward, by the way, I just saw that headline come over. Gordon Hayward's going to the All-Star game as well. Let's see. From Clay Clifford Davis, what would Melo bring to the table that the Cavs really need? Absolutely nothing. Low post scoring. LeBron can do that. It would basically be like a little log jam. Like I don't get it at all. I think what people in here are in effect saying is they're fans of Carmelo Anthony, and I think what people are also saying is that Carmelo Anthony's getting a little bit too much heat from the media when more of that blame should be placed on Phil Jackson. That's fine. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you may be a Melo fan, but at the end of the day, that's a great question that was posed just now. What is Carmelo going to bring to the New York Knicks or to the Cleveland Cavaliers? What is he going to bring to the Cleveland Cavaliers that they don't already have? And that he would, in effect, I think, disrupt. You know? I mean, Kevin Love and LeBron James can score on the blocks. That's what Carmelo does. Carmelo can shoot a three or whatever. Kevin Love probably has a higher shooting percentage from three-point land, I would guess. And I don't have it in front of me right now. But I would guess Kevin Love probably has a higher three-point percentage than Carmelo would or does right now. What, you going to put Carmelo at center? I think Carmelo's like 6'8". That's not cool. You can't put him in there at center over Tristan Thompson. What? I mean, Kyrie Irving, he's the point guard. I guess you could technically put him at the two guard, but he's not. His game isn't that of a shooting guard. I mean, you got a better chance, I guess. I mean, who's starting right now? Kyle Korver? Is Kyle Korver starting or is it Shumpert? I'm not sure. But I guess you could put him there, but that's not really his strong suit. I mean, he's not a shooting guard. I mean, Carmelo's a three. Simple as that. He's a three. Go ahead. Add Carmelo to your team. Add Carmelo to your team. Sidney Jackson, he says, good morning, LeBron. I guess he has GM for good morning. LeBron wants a backup point guard. I don't think he wants Carmelo. There's nothing that LeBron James has said, which, by the way, LeBron James is making the decisions there. Let's be real about this. I haven't seen one quote from LeBron James saying that he wants Carmelo Anthony. Everything that I've seen from LeBron James, all of his comments that he's made, post, pregame, whatever press conference, have all been centered around getting a backup point guard or getting another point guard. What? Don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger, Carmelo fans. If you Carmelo Anthony family, if you his second, third cousin, don't shoot the messenger. I can't believe we talked about this much today. I can't believe we talked about this much today. Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks? Child, please. Back in 3 minutes.
Cool kid. I had a dream that I could be without you. Oh, I'm for real and I could even catch a sea without you. Kiss on the beat without you. Oh, be free without you. Back then I woke up right next to you. She's the better lover. I don't think that shit is fair, but she loving on me even when I'm not even aware. I could never understand it. I could never really care, but I really, really need it. I would die if she ain't there. No, I'm not the perfect nigga, but I'm realer than a lie. I couldn't play with you too long, so I went and got a rock. We were never at the bottom, but we closer to the top. And I fuck with you the long way, cause you think I could pop. If I hurt you, don't leave. No. If I hurt you, no. Don't you leave. Please, baby, please.